Every day is an opportunity for growth, healing, and transformation. Life is not something that just happens to us, it's something we create moment by moment. The power to shape your experiences within you, and the way you nurture your mind, body, and spirit is key to living a life of fulfillment. Here are 10 things you must work on every day to live your highest, most vibrant life. Loving yourself is not just a one-time decision or an occasional act, it's a continuous practice that must be nurtured every day. It's about developing a deep relationship with yourself, one that is built on respect, compassion, and kindness. Self-love is the foundation of a fulfilling life, and when you commit to practicing it daily, you transform the way you experience everything from your relationships to your work, to how you handle challenges and setbacks. At its core, self-love is about recognizing your inherent worth. It's understanding that you are valuable simply because you exist, not because of what you achieve, who you know, or how you look. Society often bombards us with messages that we are not enough, that we need to constantly improve ourselves, or that our worth is tied to external factors. These messages can lead to feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt. But true self-love teaches us that we are already enough just as we are. This doesn't mean you won't ever want to grow or change. On the contrary, when you love yourself, you become more motivated to evolve, not because you feel lacking, but because you know you deserve the best life has to offer. You begin to understand that your personal development is a gift you give to yourself, not a requirement to meet anyone else's expectations. One of the most important aspects of practicing self-love is how you talk to yourself. The internal dialogue we carry with us throughout the day can either build us up or tear us down. If you're constantly criticizing yourself or replaying past mistakes, you're engaging in self-sabotage. But if you make a conscious effort to speak to yourself with love, patience, and understanding, you create a mental environment where you can thrive. Imagine talking to yourself like you would to a dear friend. Would you criticize a friend for making a mistake? Would you tell them they are not good enough? Of course not. You would encourage them, remind them of their strengths, and offer support during tough times. This is how you should be treating yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. Self-love means being gentle with yourself when you fail, allowing yourself to make mistakes and learning from them without the burden of guilt or shame. Daily self-love also involves taking care of your physical body. How often do we neglect our bodies in the rush of daily life? We may skip meals, fail to exercise, or push ourselves to the point of exhaustion. But your body is the vessel through which you experience life, and it deserves your attention and care. Practicing self-love means listening to your body's needs, nourishing it with healthy foods, giving it enough rest, and treating it with respect. When you love your body, you acknowledge that it is an essential part of your being, and you treat it accordingly. Self-love also requires setting boundaries. Many of us struggle with saying no because we fear rejection or disappointment. We overextend ourselves, agreeing to things we don't want to do, and in the process, we neglect our own needs. But when you love yourself, you recognize that your time, energy, and peace are valuable. You start to prioritize your well-being and say no to things that drain you or do not serve your highest good. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about protecting the space you need to grow and flourish. Forgiveness is another key element of self-love. We can be our harshest critics, holding on to past mistakes or failures long after they have passed. But self-love teaches us to forgive ourselves. We are all human, and we all make mistakes. The important thing is not to dwell on them, but to learn from them and move forward. Forgiving yourself is an act of self-compassion, one that releases you from the heavy burden of guilt and allows you to embrace the present moment fully. Self-love also involves making time for joy. Life is not just about working or checking off tasks on a to-do list. It's about experiencing the beauty and wonder of the world. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, engaging in hobbies, or simply taking a moment to appreciate a sunset, practicing self-love means allowing yourself to experience happiness and delight. You deserve to enjoy life, not just survive it. Finally, practicing self-love means accepting yourself as you are. This doesn't mean you will never want to improve, but it does mean embracing the person you are right now. It's about looking at yourself, your body, your mind, your emotions, and saying, I am enough. When you accept yourself fully, you create a space for real transformation, because change that comes from a place of love is far more powerful than change driven by fear or dissatisfaction. Every day is an opportunity to deepen your relationship with yourself. By practicing self-love, you create a life that is aligned with your true essence, one that is filled with peace, joy, and fulfillment. The more you love yourself, the more you open yourself up to all the beauty life has to offer. The thoughts we think shape the reality we live in. Our minds are powerful tools that, when used positively, can elevate our lives in extraordinary ways. But like any tool, the mind must be used with care and intention. Focusing on positive thoughts is not about ignoring the challenges or difficulties in life. It's about choosing to see the world through a lens of possibility, hope, and resilience. It's about shifting your inner dialogue so that your thoughts support your growth and well-being instead of hindering it. One of the first steps to focusing on positive thoughts is becoming aware of the inner conversation that takes place in your mind. We often run on autopilot, with thoughts constantly flowing through our minds without us paying much attention to them. But these thoughts have immense power. They influence our mood, our energy, and ultimately the way we interact with the world. The key to cultivating a positive mindset is bringing awareness to these thoughts and recognizing when they are not serving us. Many people are unaware of just how much negative thinking takes place in their minds. It could be small thoughts of self-doubt, like I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, or it could be larger, more persistent patterns of thinking that focus on what's lacking or what's wrong in life. These kinds of thoughts can create a mental environment where fear, anxiety, and stress flourish. The good news is that we have the power to change these thought patterns. Once you become aware of your thoughts, the next step is to challenge and reframe the negative ones. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect, but rather shifting your perspective to see situations in a more constructive and empowering way. For example, instead of thinking, I'll never be able to do this, try shifting your thought to, this is a challenge, but I'm capable of finding a solution. By reframing your thoughts, you take back control and start directing your mental energy toward finding possibilities rather than dwelling on limitations. One powerful technique for cultivating positive thoughts is the use of affirmations. Affirmations are short, positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reinforce a positive mindset. These can be as simple as, I am capable, I am worthy of love and respect. Or I trust that everything is working out for my highest good. When you regularly use affirmations, you begin to reprogram your mind to focus on your strengths, abilities, and potential. The more you practice affirmations, the more they become embedded in your thought patterns, guiding you toward a more positive way of thinking. Focusing on positive thoughts also involves practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant. It's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what's not going well, but gratitude reminds us of the blessings we already possess. By regularly practicing gratitude, whether through journaling or simply reflecting on things you're thankful for, you train your mind to notice the good in your life. This shift in focus helps you build a more positive mindset because it keeps you grounded in appreciation even during tough times. Another important aspect of focusing on positive thoughts is being mindful of the energy you expose yourself to. The people, environments, and media you surround yourself with can significantly impact your thoughts. If you're constantly around negativity, whether from toxic relationships, stressful work environments, or even negative news stories, it can be difficult to maintain a positive mindset. Protecting your mental space means setting boundaries with negative influences and choosing to surround yourself with people and environments that uplift and inspire you. It's also important to be patient with yourself when working on cultivating positive thoughts. Negative thinking patterns can be deeply ingrained, and it takes time and practice to shift them. Be kind to yourself if you find old patterns creeping back in. It's natural for the mind to revert to familiar ways of thinking, especially during times of stress or uncertainty. The key is to gently guide yourself back to a more positive frame of mind. without judgment or frustration. Remember, every positive thought you choose is a step toward building a more empowered and fulfilling mindset. A great way to nurture positive thinking is through visualization. Visualization is a practice where you imagine yourself succeeding, achieving your goals, and living the life you desire. By vividly picturing these outcomes, you activate the power of your mind to focus on possibilities rather than obstacles. Visualization not only helps you stay motivated, but it also rewires your brain to focus on positive outcomes and solutions, making it easier to approach challenges with optimism and creativity. Lastly, practicing positive thinking doesn't mean denying or ignoring life's difficulties. It's about developing resilience in the face of challenges. Life will have its ups and downs, but a positive mindset allows you to face setbacks with a sense of hope and determination. When you train your mind to focus on what's possible, you become more resourceful, adaptable, and capable of overcoming obstacles. You see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than as roadblocks. By making the conscious decision to focus on positive thoughts each day, you cultivate a mental environment that supports your highest potential. It's an ongoing practice, one that requires intention, awareness, and patience. But the more you nurture positivity in your thoughts, the more you'll find that life begins to reflect that positivity back to you. You'll feel more empowered, more hopeful, and more in tune with the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices you can adopt in your daily life. It's a simple yet profound shift in perspective that changes the way you see the world and interact with it. When you cultivate gratitude, you begin to focus on what's good in your life rather than what's lacking. It's not about ignoring challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it's about recognizing and appreciating the blessings, big and small, that already exist, even amid difficulties. Gratitude is a practice that starts from within. It's not just an emotion you feel when something good happens. It's a conscious decision to look for the positive in every situation. By doing so, you change the lens through which you view life. Instead of focusing on the problems or setbacks, you start to notice the opportunities, the lessons, and the gifts that are present, even when times are tough. Gratitude shifts your energy from a state of lack or frustration to one of abundance and contentment. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is that it changes your relationship with the present moment. Often we get caught up in thinking about what's missing or what we want in the future, which creates a sense of dissatisfaction or anxiety. We think, if only I had this or that, I would be happy, but gratitude reminds us that happiness is not something we find in the future. It's something we create in the here and now. By appreciating what you already have, you bring yourself into the present moment, where joy and fulfillment are available to you right now. Practicing gratitude doesn't mean you have to be thankful for every single experience or challenge that comes your way. It's not about pretending to be happy when you're struggling. Instead, it's about finding the silver lining in difficult situations, or at least recognizing that even in hard times there is something to be grateful for. Maybe it's the support of a friend, the lesson you're learning, or the strength you're building as you go through the challenge. Gratitude helps you find a sense of peace and acceptance even when life doesn't go as planned. A practical way to cultivate gratitude is to start a gratitude journal. This is a simple practice where you write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for each day. These can be small things like a delicious meal, a kind word from a friend, or even just the fact that you woke up healthy and alive. By making this a daily habit, you train your mind to look for the good throughout the day. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to focus on what's going right rather than dwelling on what's wrong. Gratitude is not just about material possessions or external achievements. It's about appreciating the intangible aspects of life as well, the love you receive from others, the beauty of nature, the joy of laughter, or the peace of a quiet moment. When you expand your definition of gratitude to include these everyday blessings, you begin to realize that abundance is all around you. You don't need grand achievements or lavish experiences to feel grateful. Sometimes the simplest moments bring the most joy. When you cultivate gratitude, you also start to change the way you relate to other people. Gratitude encourages you to appreciate the people in your life and the ways they contribute to your happiness and well-being. This can lead to stronger, more fulfilling relationships as you become more mindful of expressing your appreciation and gratitude to those around you. A simple thank you or acknowledgement of someone's kindness can go a long way in deepening connections and spreading positivity. Gratitude also plays a powerful role in resilience. When life throws challenges your way, it's easy to get caught up in feelings of frustration, disappointment, or despair. But gratitude acts as a grounding force, helping you stay anchored in what's still good in your life. By focusing on the blessings you still have, even when things are difficult, you maintain a sense of hope and perspective. You start to see that no matter how hard things get, there is always something to be thankful for. This mindset gives you the strength to keep moving forward, knowing that better days are ahead. Another beautiful aspect of gratitude is that it's contagious. When you live with a grateful heart, you naturally radiate positivity and joy, which has a ripple effect on those around you. People are drawn to your energy, and your attitude of gratitude inspires others to adopt the same mindset. This creates a cycle of positivity, where the more you appreciate life, the more life gives you to be thankful for. Gratitude also has profound effects on your mental and physical health. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. They also tend to have stronger immune systems, better sleep, and higher overall levels of well-being. By focusing on what's good in your life, you create a positive feedback loop that enhances your health and happiness. In the end, gratitude is about living with an open heart. It's about recognizing that life is a gift and that every day brings with it something to be thankful for. The more you practice gratitude, the more you realize that you already have everything you need to be happy. It's not about waiting for something outside of yourself to bring you joy. It's about finding joy in the blessings that are already present in your life. Gratitude is the key to unlocking a deeper sense of peace, happiness, and fulfillment, no matter what circumstances you face. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-liberation that goes beyond pardoning others. It is about freeing yourself from the weight of anger, resentment, and pain. When you engage in forgiveness, you make a conscious choice to let go of the negative emotions tied to past hurt or betrayal. It's not about condoning harmful behavior or forgetting what happened. Instead, it's about reclaiming your peace and emotional well-being by releasing the grip that the past has on you. Holding on to grudges or anger can feel like a form of protection, a way of keeping yourself safe from being hurt again. But over time, these feelings can become toxic, consuming your energy and clouding your perspective on life. When you carry resentment, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. The truth is, it only hurts you. It affects your emotional state, your mental clarity, and even your physical health. Engaging in forgiveness allows you to break free from these chains and move forward with a sense of lightness and freedom. Forgiveness begins with a decision to release the emotional burden you've been carrying. This doesn't mean that forgiveness happens all at once. It can be a process, especially if the hurt runs deep or has been held onto for a long time. But the moment you decide that you no longer want to be defined by the pain of the past, you take the first step toward healing. Forgiveness is a journey, and it requires patience, compassion, and self-awareness as you work through your emotions. A common misconception about forgiveness is that it's something you do for the other person. While the act may involve another individual, true forgiveness is something you do for yourself. It's a way of reclaiming your power and refusing to let the actions of others dictate your emotional state. You don't have to wait for an apology, and you don't need the other person to admit they were wrong. Forgiveness is about your inner world, not theirs. It's about you choosing peace over bitterness and liberation over suffering. One of the most challenging aspects of forgiveness is dealing with the emotions that come up along the way. Anger, sadness, betrayal, and disappointment are all valid feelings, and they need to be acknowledged before you can let them go. Forgiveness is not about suppressing or denying your emotions. It's about recognizing them, allowing yourself to feel them, and then consciously deciding to release them. This process can be difficult, especially if the hurt is fresh or the wound is deep. But by facing these emotions head on, you begin to heal from the inside out. Self-forgiveness is another essential aspect of the journey. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. You may carry guilt or shame for mistakes you've made or situations you regret. But just as you would extend compassion to others, it's important to extend that same kindness to yourself. We are all human, and we all make mistakes. Self-forgiveness is about accepting your imperfections, learning from your past, and giving yourself permission to move forward without carrying the weight of self-blame. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you forget what happened or that you allow someone who hurt you back into your life. Healthy boundaries are important. You can forgive someone without continuing a relationship with them, especially if the relationship was toxic or harmful. Forgiveness is about your peace, not about reconciliation. It's about making peace with the situation and releasing the negative emotions tied to it so that you can move forward with clarity and empowerment. Another important aspect of forgiveness is empathy. When you try to understand the perspective of the person who hurt you, it can make the process of forgiveness easier. This doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but it does mean recognizing that people often act out of their own pain, insecurity, or confusion. By acknowledging the humanity in others, you can soften the grip that anger and resentment have on your heart. You realize that holding on to that anger doesn't serve you, and it doesn't change the past. Empathy opens the door to compassion, and compassion paves the way for forgiveness. Letting go of the past through forgiveness doesn't mean that you won't feel pain or sadness anymore. Those emotions may still arise from time to time, especially if the hurt was significant. But the difference is that you won't be held hostage by those feelings. You'll be able to acknowledge them, honor them, and then release them. Forgiveness gives you the emotional freedom to live in the present moment, rather than being stuck in the pain of the past. When you engage in forgiveness, you create space for healing, growth, and love. You open yourself up to the possibility of new experiences and relationships that are unburdened by old wounds. Your heart becomes lighter and your mind becomes clearer. You begin to see that forgiveness is not just an act of letting go, it's an act of self-love. It's a way of honoring yourself and your emotional well-being. In the end, forgiveness is a gift you give to yourself. It's a way of taking back control of your emotional landscape and choosing peace over pain. By engaging in forgiveness, you free yourself from the chains of resentment, anger, and hurt, and you create a space for joy, love, and healing to flourish. It's not always an easy journey, but it's one that leads to profound transformation and inner peace. Visualizing your dreams is a powerful tool that can help you manifest the life you desire. It's about more than just wishful thinking. It's about creating a vivid mental image of what you want to achieve and aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that vision. When you consistently visualize your dreams, you begin to bring them into reality by shaping your mindset, enhancing your focus, and igniting your motivation. The mind responds to the images you create, and those images influence the direction of your life. The practice of visualization starts with clarity. Before you can effectively visualize your dreams, you need to have a clear understanding of what those dreams are. This involves identifying your true desires and aspirations, not just what others expect from you or what you think you should want. Ask yourself, what does my ideal life look like? It could be related to your career, relationships, health, personal growth, or any other area that matters to you. Be as specific as possible. The more detailed your vision, the more powerful your visualization practice will be. Once you have a clear picture of your dreams, the next step is to create a mental movie of your desired future. Imagine yourself living the life you want, achieving your goals, and experiencing the emotions that come with success. What does it feel like to have accomplished your dreams? What are you doing? Who are you with? And how are you feeling? The more vividly you can picture this scenario, the stronger the impact it will have on your subconscious mind. Visualization works because the brain cannot distinguish between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. By repeatedly visualizing your dreams, you are training your brain to accept them as possible and achievable. Visualization is not just about seeing your dreams in your mind's eye, it's also about feeling them. Emotions are a crucial component of the process because they give life to your mental images. When you visualize, immerse yourself in the emotions you would feel if you were living your dream life. Would you feel joy, excitement, peace, or fulfillment? These emotions create a powerful energetic vibration that aligns with the frequency of what you want to attract into your life. When you combine clear images with strong emotions, you create a magnetic force that draws your dreams closer to you. To make your visualization practice more effective, consistency is key. It's not enough to visualize your dreams once and then forget about them. You need to engage in this practice regularly, ideally every day. Set aside a few minutes each morning or before bed to close your eyes and immerse yourself in your vision. The more frequently you practice visualization, the more deeply it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. Over time, your thoughts, beliefs, and actions will naturally begin to align with the life you are envisioning. While visualization is a powerful tool, it's important to remember that it must be accompanied by action. Simply visualizing your dreams without taking steps toward them won't bring them to fruition. Visualization helps you set your intention and get clear on what you want. But it's the actions you take that will move you toward your goals. Think of visualization as the blueprint and your daily actions as the building blocks. Each small step you take in the direction of your dreams brings you closer to making them a reality. One of the benefits of visualization is that it helps you stay focused and motivated even when challenges arise. Life is full of distractions and obstacles that can make it easy to lose sight of your goals. However, when you have a clear and compelling vision of your dreams, you're more likely to stay on track. Visualization keeps your goals at the forefront of your mind, serving as a constant reminder of why you are doing what you are doing. When times get tough, you can return to your mental vision and reconnect with the emotions of success and fulfillment, which will reignite your motivation. Another powerful aspect of visualization is that it helps you develop the mindset of someone who has already achieved their dreams. When you visualize your success, you begin to think, act, and make decisions like the person you want to become. This shift in mindset is critical because your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality. If you think like someone who is successful, confident, and capable, you are more likely to take actions that lead to success. On the other hand, if you focus on doubt, fear, or limitations, you will unconsciously create obstacles that prevent you from achieving your goals. Visualization also helps you tap into the power of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful and influences much of your behavior, often without you even realizing it. By feeding your subconscious with positive images of your desired future, you are programming it to work in your favor. Over time, your subconscious mind will start to guide you toward opportunities, ideas, and solutions that align with your vision. It will help you notice things that support your goals and filter out distractions that don't serve your higher purpose. Incorporating visualization into your daily routine can also reduce stress and anxiety. When you focus on your dreams and the positive emotions associated with achieving them, you create a sense of calm and purpose. This can help you feel more grounded and centered, even in the face of uncertainty or pressure. Visualization provides a sense of direction and hope, reminding you that you are capable of creating the life you want. Ultimately, visualizing your dreams is about taking control of your life and stepping into your power as a creator. You are not a passive participant in your life, waiting for things to happen to you. Through visualization, you become an active co-creator of your reality, shaping your future through the power of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. The more you practice visualization, the more you realize that your dreams are not distant or unattainable. They are within your reach, waiting for you to claim them. Change is an inevitable part of life, and learning to embrace it is one of the most important skills you can develop. Many people fear change because it often brings uncertainty and challenges. Yet change is also the force that drives growth, progress, and transformation. When you embrace change, you open yourself up to new possibilities, new experiences, and new opportunities that may be far beyond what you can currently imagine. Rather than resisting change or fearing it, you can learn to welcome it as a natural part of your journey, knowing that it often leads to greater things. The first step in embracing change is to shift your mindset. Instead of seeing change as something negative or threatening, try to view it as an opportunity for growth. Change often pushes you out of your comfort zone, and while this can be uncomfortable, it's also where the most significant personal development occurs. Think about times in your life when change has led to something positive. Perhaps you moved to a new city and discovered new passions, or you changed careers and found greater fulfillment. By reflecting on how past changes have benefited you, you can begin to trust that future changes will also bring valuable lessons and experiences. One of the reasons people resist change is because it can make them feel out of control. When life is predictable, there's a sense of security and stability, but when change happens, it can feel as though the ground beneath you is shifting. The truth is, while you may not always have control over the changes that occur, you do have control over how you respond to them. This is where your personal power lies. You can choose to react to change with fear and resistance, or you can choose to approach it with openness and curiosity. By focusing on what you can control, your attitude, your actions, and your mindset, you empower yourself to navigate change more gracefully. Another important aspect of embracing change is recognizing that it is a necessary part of life's evolution. Just as nature goes through seasons of growth, decay, and renewal, so do we. Nothing in life is static. Everything is constantly in flux, including our relationships, careers, bodies, and environments. By accepting the impermanence of life, you can find peace in the midst of change. You begin to understand that change is not something to be feared, but something to be expected. It's part of the natural flow of life, and when you go with that flow instead of resisting it, you experience greater ease and less suffering. Change also has the ability to bring out your resilience and adaptability. When faced with a major life change, whether it's a job loss, a breakup, or a move to a new place, you may initially feel overwhelmed. But as you begin to adapt to the new circumstances, you discover strengths and resources within yourself that you didn't know you had. Change challenges you to grow, to become more flexible, and to think creatively. It teaches you that you are capable of handling more than you realized. Every time you successfully navigate change, you build confidence in your ability to face future challenges. One of the keys to embracing change is learning to let go of the need for certainty. Many people crave predictability because it makes them feel safe. However, life is inherently uncertain, and clinging too tightly to the desire for control can lead to frustration and anxiety. When you let go of the need to know exactly how things will unfold, you create space for new possibilities to enter your life. Trusting the process of change means having faith that even when things don't go according to plan, there is something valuable to be gained from the experience. Often, the most profound growth happens in the midst of uncertainty. It's also important to be compassionate with yourself during times of change. Change can be emotionally taxing, and it's normal to feel a range of emotions, from excitement and anticipation to fear and grief. Allow yourself to feel whatever comes up, without judgment. Be gentle with yourself as you adjust to new circumstances. Remember that it's okay to feel vulnerable or unsure as you navigate unfamiliar territory. What matters is that you keep moving forward, even if it's one small step at a time. Over time, you will find your footing, and the discomfort of change will begin to fade. Embracing change also means being open to the idea that what you thought you wanted or needed may evolve over time. As you grow and change, your desires, goals, and priorities may shift. This is a natural part of the process. What once seemed like the perfect job, relationship, or lifestyle may no longer align with who you are becoming. It's okay to let go of the past and allow yourself to evolve. Change provides you with the opportunity to reassess your life and make adjustments that better serve your current values and aspirations. Finally, when you embrace change, you cultivate a sense of adventure and possibility. Instead of feeling stuck or stagnant, you begin to see life as a dynamic, ever-evolving journey. Each change becomes an invitation to learn something new, meet new people, or explore new aspects of yourself. Embracing change helps you develop a mindset of curiosity and openness where you are excited about what the future holds rather than fearful of the unknown. In the end, embracing change is about trusting that life is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. Change is what propels you forward on your path of growth and self-discovery. By welcoming it with an open heart and mind, you allow yourself to move through life with greater ease, resilience, and joy.